it's just so easy when everybody talks so carefully, and you're my melatonin daydream.
So this is my room tour that I've been trying to do the past couple of days, but since we're in rainy season, I haven't been able to do it at all, which is why this video is coming up very, very late. I'm doing this room tour now because I'm going to be changing my room again. Before I change it all up, I just want to do a quick room tour on how it was before it was changed drastically again. So the first thing you see once you enter is this area. This is this corner. Oh, oops. Okay. So anyways, as you can see, I have my bags laid out over here. This painting was my brother's. Like my older brother, he painted this before when he was younger, and he never took it away from his room, so I just claimed it as mine. This over here is my bag rack. The bags that are placed outside, those are my daily bags if I go out. Aside from that, I have my school ID over here. It also holds my press ID, so when I used to be a radio DJ in my college radio station, we had these press IDs so we could be able to go inside the booth where the radio station is, and also for events like hosting events or PR events, we can be able to go inside that event if only we show this ID. So aside from that, I have my workout bands that I use all the time. It's a great way to tone up my legs, and I'm in love with this. It's from E-Collection. Aside from that, we have my belts. It's not only my belts, but it's also my mom's belts. It's only just black and brown. We have nothing so out there, crazy, cool, funky kind of belts. Belts are the ones that have been holding up our lives and making sure that we are not falling and having a very embarrassing moment in the middle of the mall. The last part of this hook shelf, whatever, is my necklaces. I don't have that much necklaces. I only have about like 4 or 5. Those are all the ones that I need, and yeah, that's the shelf that we have right there. Okay. The one thing I try to keep in my room is to have like little corners, so it won't feel like just one big area. It can feel like several small areas that have their own function. So over here is my little desk. I call this Timmy. So this part has my beanbag chair over here. This one is named Bogart because I just wanted to name it Bogart. These clothes over here are the clothes that I'm selling or have been sold already. So I'm selling my clothes in Carousell. If ever you're from the Philippines and you want to check out some of the clothes, I'll put my link down below. So over here we have a couple of books that I don't really read. I've read a couple of them, but then I'm not really reading any of them now. Well, I'm in the middle of reading one book, but I haven't went back to it in a couple of days. I also have my jewelry over here. I have my other necklaces, my earrings, my rings. Aside from that, I have a couple of artworks that I got. So this one I just printed out, and the other one I just got from a random magazine that I found, and I said, oh, that's pretty cute, I like that. And plus there's a cute ass watermelon in there. I love watermelon. Anyways, on this other side that we have are my sewing stuffs. Basically everything that makes me a seamstress right over there. So my pins, my needles, my threads. I also have this cute little mist that I spray on my pillow every night, or whenever I can't fall asleep, I just spray this on my pillow, and for some reason it makes me fall asleep really well. That's all the important stuff that we have over here. Oh, below it we have a little penny board that I rarely use, and I use it now to hold my other electronics, my small tripod, some wires, a calculator. My hard drive is also there, and yeah, I just keep it down here for easy access. Once again, this was Timmy. He's great in holding a lot of my stuff. So the next corner that we have is this closet shelf. Some of the doors of it broke, so we ended up just putting a sheet over. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing curtain that we have, but it does the job. This is where my mom and I hold our running stuff. Basically our workout gear is here, like our bras, our shorts, our leggings. It's all here, and it for some reason can never get fixed properly. I don't know why. Like I try to fix it, and then the day after it's just all jumbled into one big ass mess. I have no idea how that happened, so we just cover it up. It's as easy as that. This other side we have a more organized area, because this is my area. These are my pants that I use all the time, my makeup area, my sweaters that I use all the time, and other bags that I use but not as often as the ones I have placed outside. So moving up, we got my upper shelf area. So I have my, how do I say this, certificates, I guess. I've been on the dean's list for my university my whole college life, so I just display it to make sure to say to myself, Jamie, you're not as stupid as you think you are. You have some certificate to say that you are not stupid. But anyway, aside from that, I have my other certificate for my first ever hosting gig that I got outside of my school. It was also my very first paid gig, I wasn't that educated in the amount that I should be paid with. So they gave me an amount and then I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Still money, so I would take it. It's my first ever job. But then I asked one of my senior DJs,
oh, I got my first hosting gig. How's this price?
and they were like,
Wow, that's like severely underpaid.
so I tried to double the price, which I was able to, but it wasn't that much also. So I got it for 500 pesos. I doubled it to 1,000 pesos. 1,000 in dollars is he said that I should have asked for about like 8,000 or 9,000 because it's a whole day event. It's like some scientific shibablu, whatever. I don't even know. I just had read off the script. But then, yeah, I've learned to not underestimate my worth, literally. And aside from there, I have my one family photo there. This one just means a lot to me. I love this photo. And aside from that, I have my two lovely plants that I have been growing in water. And they also house my fishes. Sandra and Connor are my two fishes that I've placed in my plants. They've been living so far. Connor is kind of stupid because I tried to give him food sometimes, but he forgets where it is. So he circles around everywhere else in the vase, except for the one place that has the food. So he's my stupid fish, but it's okay, he's cute anyways. So there's that. That is the rest of my upper shelf. Ta-da! Hi. Oh. Whoa. So this is my mirror area. This is like my favorite part of the room. Actually, no, my favorite part of my room is all my plants. But this is like my second favorite part of my room, aside from my bed. So maybe my third favorite part of my room is my mirror. I have like this cute little shawl that I like laced on the top of it to make it look cool. Like less of just like one big ass mirror. It's like mirror and some fabric that will make it look pretty. You're probably wondering,
You have a lot of IDs, Jamie.
I've been blessed with lots of performances. So these are some of the IDs that I had to wear to be able to get backstage, to get in without a ticket. It may look messy, but then I don't put it there for the aesthetic. I put it there for like the memory and to like just reminisce on the times where I did more than just study in YouTube. This is from this area, and then down below, ow! I hit my hand on my weight. So speaking of weights, this is where I keep my weights, my stuff to pump up some muscle, give myself some mass, you know. I have my weights here, which is 12, 10 pounds. I also have my adjustable ones where I just put it in this steel thingy. On this side, we have my dying plant that my dad just gave me. And I just put it in some water. It's gonna live for about like 2 months. It's been about 2 months. It's nearly dying, so it did kind of surpass its life expectancy. I have this bag from my auntie. She just gave it to me. It's not really my style, but then I just store some other makeup stuff in here. Yeah, this is my one bougie thing in my room. Moving on to this blue big ass thing over here. The one other big furniture aside from my bed that I lay down in sometimes. I have this random drawing that I made. It's just a line drawing of women in very sensual yet confident poses. I have my two speakers, so sometimes I just sit here. If I want to just vibe, you know, I just want to vibe with music. So if I sit here and they're both here and I play it, it's like I'm in some Dolby Atmos surround sound music vibe. I have one quote thing that just says stay strong for yourself, and you know, we all gotta stay strong for ourselves. Yes. And then I have another painting that I did, some beach. This is the one book that I am reading as of the moment. It's called Aftertaste. It's really, really good. Aside from the cover photo being like ice cream, and I love ice cream, it's actually a pretty good book. And I love how it says, a novel in 5 courses, because everything is good in 5 courses. Where can you go wrong? That's like appetizer, first main course, second main course, dessert. It's like a big high five to the stomach. I have my guitar here that I haven't used in a couple of years, mainly because it's out of tune and I don't know how to tune it myself. I tried to tune it online, like I looked at YouTube and I was like,
If I do this, I do that, it's gonna work.
but it just didn't work. Like, I don't have the ear, so it's just here. It's where I hang my little mask. Yeah, this is the couch area where I lounge, feel good, think about beach vibes. Moving on to my main place where I sleep, cry, eat food, watch movies, and do other stuff. Anyways. Welcome all, welcome none, welcome, I don't know what else they say. Welcome! This is my bed. The one thing I love about this right now from its position is that it's positioned beside the wall. So I place my pillows up against the wall to mimic like a couch. Because whenever my pillows are positioned on the bed, my tendency is to look at it and want to lie down and sleep and basically become unproductive the whole day. But then I've noticed for some reason, for me, if I place my pillows up here, when I walk towards it, I'm like, oh, a couch. What do I do in a couch? I sit and I be productive. I sit here and I get my laptop laptop and I start to work or I watch movies. And I love this because I have my drawings over here. That is my first ever drawing that I did. It's basically like the growth and development of a woman. It's depicted through her body and the flowers that grows out of her. I have this other line drawing that I have, like 3 naked women just like dancing and feeling good. So we all just want to be naked and feel good. That was kind of the wrong depiction. But anyways, over here I have this one, Costa Mesa Surf Club. It's actually supposed to have one S in the Mesa, but then I kind of ran a space when I was drawing it. Like, oh no, I need to like extend it, but I didn't want to put like an exclamation point, so I just added another S. I have this other one over here. This is my least favorite one, but it still kind of looks good. I have this little scroll. It's in Mandarin. I can't fluently read it, but I can understand a couple of lines. And plus it just kind of looks good, that's why I left it up there. And yeah, this is my bed and my little art nook, I guess. So moving on to my other art nook over here, as you can see. This is kind of sad because it's against the light, but then these are a couple of my paintings that I did when I was starting out to paint. I want to do like a trial and error of some colors that I know could blend well and some figures and paintings, whatever. I just try to copy everything off Pinterest anyway. So I have a couple of them. I like this nice little circle shape because I saw this cute little trend where they would design stuff on like a circle because it'll kind of mimic a view. You get me? Funny thing about this clock is that I got this in grade 7. I remember our class president was like, okay, somebody should buy a clock for our class. I wanted to feel responsibility for once in my prepubescent life. And I was like, I'll buy the clock. And then I said, what's a cool and funny clock? So I got this one. It's basically a math clock. So it's like equations to sum up to the number or the hour. It's a good memory of like my grade school life. Anyways, this is my small little wall over here. Moving on to this part of my room, one of my favorite parts because I'm not saying it's the most aesthetically pleasing part of my room, but it's one of my favorite ones because I've kind of placed the most effort into it. The birds are kind of loud. Okay, so this is my desk area. This is where I study. Anyways, this is all of my notes to say what I need to do for the day, what I need to do for my class, for my thesis, and for my work. So it's all here so you can just like stare at me in the face and I won't forget it. I just tried to decorate it as best as I can. So I have put a lot of my plants here. Since this part receives the most sunlight, I placed these plants that I propagated these before. They were like little baby ones I just cut off, and then they were able to grow such very big and long roots. So I finally placed them in soil and I kind of tracked how many leaves they have. After a month, I'm gonna go back to it and track how many leaves have grown since then. It's like step 1 of knowing that I could grow a child, raise a child. And I also have my little candle over here. I have another line drawing over here. I have a nice mirror to just look at in the morning. Like, oh my god, that's how I look like. I also have a cork board over here. I place a couple of things, like big things that happen today, or let's say a 30-day challenge. Ta-da! This is my desk. So anticlimactic, I stuck at this. So if you want to see more detail onto my desk, you can check out my desk makeover video. For this shot, we have a beautiful artwork over here. I have a nice other line drawing that I have like a pinky swear. For me, it's a promise to myself, put myself first. I also have this one over here. It just says a cure for your wanderlust, and I don't really know what it means, but it looks like a girl is doing some yoga or Pilates. I like the shape of the frame. The brown on brown is great because I love brown, just saying. And I have also this one over here. It used to be just like a picture of this guy, and then I just like tore up the word soul and just like pasted it on it. R&B soul music is like my favorite genre. So this is my creative area over here. Moving on to the upper area, which is my plants. Vlog style because I have no place to place my camera when filming this area. So I have my 2 hanging plants over here. So Alex is over there, Natalie is over here. I have this weird thing underneath them, this plastic cup. There's like a hole somewhere here and I haven't been able to fix it. So whenever I pour water, it spills on my table sometimes and it also spills on my bed. So I just like taped this cup thing underneath both of them. So when I water my plants, they accumulate just under there and it won't spill. So moving on over here to my windowsill. Over here, as you can see, I have a couple of my I have a couple of my plants that I propagated over here. They've been growing some great root systems. When they're long enough, I'll be able to put them in soil, like these babies over here. I also have these cute air plants that my dad gave me, so you don't need water. I have in green, I have in orange and I have another one over there that's also in green. So across my windowsill, I have some cute propagated plants. That ends my room tour. Thank you so much for watching and just seeing what I have placed in my room. I think since this is the only place where I can film all of my videos, you guys have seen every single corner of this room already. This is just like a more in-depth video on where I've placed stuff, why I placed it there. Stay tuned for my room makeover video, which I will be doing. And yeah, fix your room if you want, because it's always the best thing to do when you're bored. Anyways, bye guys!
I just wanna love